We are going to make our second grade project for this week. And the entire week we do what's called Pay It Forward Week in the art room. I've got this form that you can download on my webpage, and I always ask the kiddos to fill out some sort of a Pay It Forward form. This year it's all about hot air balloons, and you can find this on our webpage. There's little clouds, and the goal is that you do 6 extra kind things, not expecting anything in return, okay? So let's see how many kind acts we can do for our friends, family, and neighbors. And our project today is going to be to make a small, soft paper sculpture. So second graders in my classroom, we did a paper sculpture for the gingerbread boy. Do you remember doing that one, Kinley? So it's going to be very much like that process, okay? On my webpage, to make it easier, there's a printable for the shape of a hot air balloon. But as you can see, it's just a simple circle. So if you don't want to use some printer ink, you are welcome to just make this on your own, okay? So I'm going to real quick cut these out, and we will have all the parts and pieces that we need. You're also going to want a stapler today. Colt, can you hold yours up? You're going to want some ribbon or twine. And something to color with: crayons, colored pencils, markers, it doesn't matter what you use. All right, guys, so real quickly, I took our paper printout, cut out the shape of our hot air balloon. You could just trace a circle off of a bowl or a plate, and then add that little bottom that's kind of like a really long rectangle shape. So you could do it that way as well. I went ahead and cut out 2 for Kinley, and 2 for Colton, and 2 for me. So our first step is going to be, now that we have our 2 pieces here, you need to decorate one side as the front, and the other one is going to be the back of your hot air balloon. So we're going to pause the video here for a minute. You can use your own creativity, and we'll come up with our own and be right back. All right, guys, so we went ahead and colored both sides of our hot air balloon, and you can imagine these any way you want. So I did stripes and a little checkerboard at the bottom. You want to show off yours? Vertical stripes with 2 different colorways. Show yourself.
This would be my front. It is kind of like patched, and then my back was every other would be a different color. I did not follow Roy G.
That's okay, they don't have to be in color order. No rules on this one. All right, so the fun part begins just like in December when we made our first paper sculpture, second grade. We take our stapler and we're going to staple around the edges. The main thing right now is to leave a little space because we need to be able to get inside of it like it's an envelope or a pocket, okay? So we're going to staple all the way around, but leave one little spot wherever you choose, the bottom, one of the sides. You just need to have enough room to get like 3 of your fingers in there so we can stuff this and make it puffy. So let me show you here. We're going to go around the outside edge. I do let kiddos in my classroom use staplers starting at the end of 1st grade. If you're not used to using one at home, it sometimes helps to leave it on the table. Put your paper in. You never put your fingers under here. You're going to push down hard and firm. We don't hit a stapler. We push hard and firm, and you'll get your staples to come out, okay? So we're going to staple around and leave a little space that you can get inside. Good job. And they don't have to be quite that close together. You can leave a little bit more space in between. There we go. So this is a good beginning way to start a paper sculpture, and everybody has paper in a classroom or at home, so it makes it an easy way to make something a little bit more dimensional. And you'll see our trick here for stuffing it in just a minute.
I like this one.
All right. And you got an empty spot there? Okay, let me borrow this one real quick so I can finish up. Somebody took my stapler.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't? Oh.
It was someone else.
All right, you guys, so let's see if you can see the staples on the edge. Yeah. All right, did you leave a spot for a hole, a little pocket? All right, so the paper that you cut your hot air balloon out of, instead of throwing this away, this is the perfect stuffing for our balloons. So we're gonna take a couple sheets and you can rip this and crumble it up. And this is gonna help to make little puffy filling for the inside of your balloon. And this will make the balloon look a little bit more rounded. So we've got the pocket because we didn't staple the one section, and you're just gonna fill this up with
And then we're gonna staple it, right?
scraps. Yep, and then we'll staple it closed. All right. You can also use old grocery bags. Sometimes you have a bunch of those plastic bags at home. You can use those as well. Junk mail or an old newspaper, but this makes it easy. We already have our scrap. So you can fill up your project with some of your scraps. Just make it bunched up in your hand, crumbled up paper. Looking good. You want some more?
Yep.
Okay. You remember doing this when you were a second grader?
No.
You don't? Oh, it wasn't a meaningful project apparently. Memorable. Need some more? You doing good?
Yours is huge.
I know. All right, I've got another sheet of paper here if you want to rip some more up too.
I think I'm almost there.
You almost there? All right, so you can see it starts to take shape. Instead of being a flat paper, it becomes more of a small paper sculpture. I missed the spot right here at the top. Oh, I might be out of staples too. Nope. Good. All right, so once you get it stuffed and puffy, just staple that last little space closed, and we've got our top to our hot air balloon. Now, to make the basket at the bottom, you've got a couple of choices. If you have brown lunch bags at home, this is what I usually use in the classroom. And we're just gonna cut it so that we have the bottom as our basket, okay? And then we can roll down the top edge a little bit. And this becomes the basket for the bottom of the hot air balloon. So this would go at the top and we can put some little strings to it. Now, if you don't have a paper at home, a paper bag, you can just take your white paper, draw a small basket, and it could be any shape, whether it's rounded or a little bit more squared off. And you can make a basket cutout. Okay, so a couple different shape ideas. You'll need to cut out 2 of them so that it stays like a little envelope as well, because we're gonna have little people flying in our hot air balloon, okay? So step 2 is decide what you wanna make for your basket, whether it's a paper or a paper bag. You don't wanna use that part. Okay, so a paper or a paper bag. And we'll get those ready next. Did you just get 2 of the wrong ones?
That's my second.
We're gonna go find another paper bag real quick. All right, so we're working on our little basket. I just took mine, rolled down the top edge, and added some little details to the basket. So your next step will be to affix your basket to your hot air balloon. And that's where some ribbon, string, yarn, anything you might have at home that you can find is going to be stapled to our basket and then stapled up to your hot air balloon, okay? So I'm just going to take this little piece, fold it down, cut it, and I am going to staple this in the center to my hot air balloon. Yep.
I can't do it.
Just cut it down lower.
Okay.
So we're going to staple this to the hot air balloon. And then I've got 2 strings, so I'm just going to put 1 to each side of my basket. You can add more if you want, but this will give you the look of a hot air balloon. You got yours cut?
Now how do you flip it?
Just fold it down real carefully like you're,
I can't.
you can try. Cool. All right, guys. So we've got a basket, we've got a hot air balloon, and your last step will be to make little people for your hot air balloon. So in the classroom, I already have these little guys printed out. They're just like little paper dolls. And I have the kids make one that looks like themselves, and then they can make any other ones to be their family, their classmates. We're getting to the end of the school year, so a lot of times we make one for ourselves, and we make a friend, our best friend in our classroom, to go on a balloon ride with us. So I'll show you this. And if you need this little file, it's also on my webpage. You can print this out. So we're going to pause the video, make our people, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we took a little bit of time and made our paper people for inside our hot air balloon. I can't get the colors to show up very good. There we go. All right, so you can make as many little people as you want. They can go inside your little balloon bag. And you've made a three-dimensional paper sculpture. Would you guys like to show yours off? Oh, no, you can just take one. Awesome! She's got two little friends in there already. What do you got?
One person.
One little man in there. Yay! All right, you guys, I hope you have fun. Don't forget there's downloads on my webpage, and we have our kickoff for Pay It Forward Week. Pay It Forward Day is nationally observed on April the 28th, but we get started on it this week in my classroom. So if you'd like to do some kindness acts, I would love to hear all about them in my classroom as well. All right, bye guys.